Hi, I want to talk to you about an important article which appeared on the July 2019 edition of Good Alternative titled Why Black People Are the Poorest Everywhere in the World and Make Little or No Progress, and How to Rectify This. This is what the Good Alternative looked like. I don't know if you can see it properly. This is the July 2019 edition. If you haven't got a copy, then please subscribe to this channel and let us know that you have subscribed, and we will send you a copy via your email or WhatsApp. Okay. I'm going to read this article slowly because I want you to follow and understand it, as it can help us to get out of the problems we are currently facing. So, really, this is a must-read article and a must-watch video. I have wondered why we as black people are the poorest people everywhere in the world and make little or no progress. After all, black people are quite intelligent and clever. Being aware of the reason for this is a good start, and this awareness alone can help to start reversing the problem. There is a solution, and I will tell you about it in this article. First of all, belief, colonization, and brainwashing of black people and the rest of the world at large by the Caucasian race is a major reason. At some stage in human history, most black people and later the world must have come to believe and accept that everything black is bad and evil, and so must be rejected and avoided, and that everything white is good and perfect, and so must be accepted and welcomed. This then is what it boils down to, but this is not necessarily so. The colonization of non-white races by the Caucasians helped to cement this belief that everything black is bad and everything white is good, because white people are in control and wrote the history books in their favor. Being in control and in power, it is easier for the Caucasians to brainwash mostly black people and the rest of the world that this concept is a fact. By constantly reinforcing this concept or idea that black is bad and white is good. For example, white Jesus and white God is always presented to the world in movies and television. White clothes are worn in weddings and christenings. Black clothes are worn in funerals. Bad characters on television and movies wear black clothes and are often presented as evil, devil, and so on, while good characters on television and movies wear white clothes and are often presented as angelic, godly, and so on. Roles and characters given to black people in the movies and television, if given, is often that of a lowlife, pauper, prostitutes, pimps, drug dealers, and so on. So, black people and the world are bombarded by this idea and concept that white is good perfect, superior, rich, healthy, and so on, while black is bad, evil, lacking, inferior, poor, sick, and so on, until this idea or concept become automatic to most people without being aware that they are thinking this way. In other words, a mere sight of a white person would automatically cause people, especially black people, to conclude that this white person is good, honest, fair, and so on. While a sight of a black person would automatically cause people, especially black people, to conclude that this black person is bad, dishonest, a cheat, a thief, a robber, and so on. This then is what is causing self-hate and disunity amongst black people and black communities. In other words, black people see each other as bad. This idea or concept is not just one way. The same idea is also causing white people to love and unite amongst themselves. You can say then that both black and white people have been brainwashed using the same concept or idea. The difference is the effect it has on both black and white people. The effect on black people is negative, while the effect on white people is positive. You can see the laws of duality and opposites at play here, such as good and bad, black and white, left and right, and so on. By extension, if this concept or idea is reversed and black people start loving and uniting amongst themselves, then white people are likely to find it very difficult to adjust to this new reality. And this would cause a lot of disruption in the world at first. But this would eventually subside. So, it may be advisable to reverse this idea gradually, but in many cases, the law of nature, or God, if you like, is often in such a way that nobody or nothing can control the process of change. As the saying goes, you cannot stop an idea whose time have come. There is a solution. This whole concept or idea comes under the cyclic trap and the irrational mind, as I explained in my book called Self-Improvement Handbook. The human nature wishes to copy and repeat what is happening in the environment. So, if you are bombarded with the concept and idea that black is bad and white is good, then the person would eventually accept this as a fact. And after a long period of time, this idea would become entrenched in the person's mind in such a way that it becomes automatic. This then leads to the cyclic trap, and the irrational mind gets a hold of this idea and equates it not just to color, but to the person's character, mind, body, and soul. In other words, the irrational mind will conclude that all black people are bad, evil, dishonest, and so on, and that all white people are good, angelic, trustworthy, and so on. Of course, this is not necessarily so, but this is a simple explanation of how the cyclic trap and the irrational mind function. Moreover, when the concept or idea that black is bad and white is good is deeply entrenched in a person's mind, then the person would think and behave in a way to make this concept or idea happen in his or her life, and the person may not be aware that he or she is doing so. It can be hideous and horrendous, and this is why it's better to avoid getting into the cyclic trap in the first place. The solution then is the way in is also the way out. The way you got into this situation is also the way you will get out of it. In other words, you have been trapped by constant bombardment in the environment that black is bad and white is good. To undo this and replace it with something else, then black people and the world must also be bombarded with the opposite concept or idea that black is good, black is honest, caring, perfect, angelic, godly, and so on, until this idea becomes automatic and natural in their mind, body, and soul, until it becomes automatic in their whole being. If you need to go into an environment where there is nothing to contradict this concept or idea that black is good, then the better and faster will be the result. In other words, if you need to go into a retreat or seclusion to do this, then that's fine. On the other hand, white people must be bombarded with the idea and concept that they are on the same level as other races, and that they are not superior to other races until this idea becomes part of their nature or until it becomes automatic to them. Try this exercise. When did you first come to the conclusion or decision that black is bad and white is good? This could be from your early childhood or even earlier. Was it passed down to you by your parents, relatives, ancestors, friends, colleagues? Have you ever observed, or do you know any white person or white people who is or was rich, prosperous, and well off, with privilege, respect, and adoration? Have you ever observed, or do you know any black person or black people who is or was rich, down and out, downtrodden, with no dignity and no respect? How did you feel about this person or people in each case? Did you wish you were them, or did you feel ashamed, repulsive, low, and want nothing to do with the person or people? How did you feel and react in each case? What was the environment like, including the sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and so on, present during each incident? Continue going over these one incident at a time until they no longer bother you or until you are cheerful about them. During one of these incidents, you could realize that you actually decided and concluded that white is good and black is bad. The decision was yours, but you probably made that decision because your environment bombarded you with this idea and concept. You are probably not aware that you made this decision, or you have forgotten it. The problem can also disappear if you change the undesirable bombarding environment. What do you think about this subject? Please leave your comment below. If you like this video, then click subscribe, like, and the notification bell so that you would be notified when we upload new video. Then let us know that you have subscribed, and we will send you a copy of the monthly magazine Good Alternative via your email or WhatsApp. Our email address is on the description section below. Okay, that's it for now. I will talk to you again soon. Take care of yourself. Till next time, bye for now.